Hello, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to join the consultation Standing Together in a World Divided. Due to the current situation in Lebanon, I am not able to join you physically, but I can at least share with you a few of my insights. Western Asia, or the so-called Middle East, has been marked by continuous wars, multiple crises, and the culture of violence. Paradoxically, countercultures have been developed through multiform dialogue and conviviality dynamics and peace-building initiatives. My paper presents a sample of statements, visions, and practices towards peace and inclusive citizenship. First, let me say that many local Christian and Muslim religious leaders do not necessarily incite sectarian hatred. However, because of the way most of these religious leaders are empowered, such as in Lebanon, their monopoly on spiritual matters inhibits social integration among various religious communities and reinforce sectarian divisions. In addition, when focusing almost solely on sectarianism and religious violence, these leaders and outside interlocutors fail to explain current disorders in the region, which have their roots in a series of political and economic crises, dictatorship, and foreign intervention and occupation. Second, Christian responses to current challenges in Western Asia encompass inter-Christian groups and networks such as the Christian Academic Forum for Citizenship in the Arab World, also called CAFCAW, and TELOS in Western Asia and North Africa. CAFCAW, for instance, is based on a unique and innovative ecumenical formula, and its objective is to educate for and promote a culture of full citizenship in order to create more peaceful, democratic, and prosperous societies in the Arab world. My paper also includes examples of interreligious groups that have had an impact on national and regional dialogues and peace-building processes in the last 2 to 3 decades. In my humble opinion, the proliferation of interreligious and inter-Christian groups and organizations, along with the individual initiatives by artists, writers, journalists, media influencers, bloggers, etc., prove that local and regional crises and challenges on one hand, and globalization on the other hand, have contributed to opening the door for non-state and non-institutionalized actors' initiatives. This democratization of religious and sociopolitical identity, commitment, and engagement is not inexpressible nor without impact. Although collective and individual resources are limited in time and space, there is still hope for the future as there are new dynamics, trends, and waves, both offline and online, that are lapping on the beach and that are leaving incremental changes. The last 2 weeks in Lebanon constitute an additional proof, although it is unclear how the revolution will end. So far, the decentralized and non-hierarchical protests have mostly been independent of major political parties and united across sectarian lines, and they have used nonviolent civil disobedience, leading to the resignation of the government. People have been demanding social justice, the end of corruption and sectarianism, economic reforms, and they have certainly been asking for and doing a culture of peace. However, the people will have to be careful moving forward while not missing a historic opportunity to remake their political system and political culture. What can be done to further blow these winds of change in the region? First, there is a need for further grassroots movements empowerment, and youth active participation in diversity management and in decision and policy making. However, grassroots movements are not enough. Ultimately, abiding long-term change and propagating a more inclusive and sustainable approach to peace building comes when the governance at the top meets the advocacy and grassroots efforts at the bottom. And third, well, it is time to recognize the ineffectiveness of propagating one-size-fits-all approach to peace building by most Western states, international financial bodies, and non-governmental organizations in conflictual or post-conflict societies that reflect the so-called Western norms. In that perspective, there is an urgent need to encourage and empower local ownership and knowledge production, implying that peace processes are designed, managed, and implemented by local actors. Thank you.